If you Googled healthcare product manager salary today, you probably got answers ranging anywhere from $89,000 to $450,000, which is completely useless. So, in this video, I'm cutting through the noise. I've pulled real data from Glassdoor, Salary.com, ZipRecruiter, Levels.fyi, and Wellfound, all updated in late 2025 and early 2026. And I'm going to break down exactly what you can expect to make at every level of your healthcare product management career. So stay until the end, because I'll also show you 3 factors that have the biggest impact on whether you land in the low end or in the high end of that range. Hi, I'm Jennifer Rist. I'm a senior global platform leader at a leading healthcare tech company where I manage cloud-based SaaS products. I've launched multi-million-dollar healthcare platforms, and I've won 3 Presidential Global Product Management of the Year awards, and I've spent many years mentoring professionals through a career transition to healthcare product management. Before we get into the numbers, let me explain why there's so much variance, because this actually matters for how you negotiate. Healthcare product management isn't just one job. It is a broad category that includes healthcare IT or digital health product managers at companies like Epic, Oracle Health, or health tech startups. You've also got medical device product management at companies like Medtronic or Boston Scientific. You've got pharma or life science product management at companies like J&J or Pfizer. You have health insurance payer product management at companies like United Health or Cigna, and also health service PMs at hospitals, healthcare systems, or consulting firms. Each of these tracks pay differently. Once you understand which track you're on or you want to be on, the salary picture gets a lot clearer. Here are some of the real numbers level by level. So let's go each level as a step. I'll give you base salary ranges, and then I'll tell you what total compensation looks like when you add in bonuses and equity. So when you look at the entry-level product management jobs, or that associate PM, which is maybe no experience to 2 years of experience, base salaries range around maybe $85,000 to $110,000, and total comp looks to be around $90,000 to $130,000. This is where most people coming from some clinical backgrounds, consulting, or adjacent roles start. You're learning the craft. Don't get hung up on maximizing comp here. Focus on the domain and the company. That is most important. A $95,000 job at a top digital health company will pay dividends later on as you grow in your experience that maybe a $110K job at a legacy health system won't. So you also have to look at, am I going to a company that there's opportunity for growth? All right, let's go into the next level, which is just a product manager straight out. So that's about an experience level of 2 to 5 years. You have a base salary of $120,000 to maybe $150,000. Total comp looks to be like $135,000 or $185,000. Salary.com, it pegs the national average base at about $132,000 for this range. ZipRecruiter shows a midpoint around $141,000 to maybe $160,000, depending on the subsector. This is where the market is most liquid, though. There are more jobs and also a lot more candidates. The third level is that senior product manager level. So this is 5 to maybe 8 years of experience, sometimes more. There's a lot of people in product management that have maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 years of experience. The base salary here runs around $150,000 to maybe $200,000. The total comp is anywhere from $170,000 to around $250,000. Glassdoor's data as of February of 2026 shows that the average for a product manager in healthcare at this level is around $202,000 total compensation, with the 75th percentile hitting around maybe $250,000. This is a sweet spot for most experienced healthcare product management. Then you move into what they call a principal, maybe a staff product management, or a group product manager. So this is maybe 8 to 12 years of experience. You have base salaries around 180 to maybe 230. You also have total compensation anywhere from 220 grand to 325, depending on sector. Glassdoor's top earners in the 90th percentile are hitting around $320,000 in total compensation. At this level, you're usually leading product strategy across a portfolio, and you have a much bigger role. So you're not just managing just a single product, you're managing many products. And maybe people in between. You're maybe managing product managers as well. And then you get the director of product or the vice president of product. And this is when you get into 12 plus years of experience oftentimes. The base salary is 200 grand to maybe 280,000. Total comp anywhere from 280 to 450,000, depending on the sector and level of experience. Levels.fyi data shows that healthcare-focused companies, like Included Health with median, maybe product management compensation at around $265,000, with top packages hitting around $450,000. The six-figure data set, it shows a range of around anywhere from $125,000 to $450,000 across all healthcare PM roles. And the top of that range is squarely in this director and this vice president band. So when you see all of those figures and you think, wow, I can make $450,000 a year, that's great, but that really hits at the 1% of all of product management, because it is your director level and it is your vice president level positions. So where you work also matters as much as what you do. So you have all these levels, right? You have the levels of what kind of sector that you want to be in. You also have the levels of experience and what type of role you have. And then you also have where you work, because that matters just as much as what you do. Here are the three biggest location-based salary drivers right now. So everyone knows the Bay Area, San Francisco. This is the area of tech, right? Silicon Valley. It's still the highest ceiling. Digital health companies and health tech unicorns, they pay top of the market here. So expect a 15 to 25% above national averages, but also consider that your cost of living is a lot higher there as well. So you have to keep that in mind. And then you have places like New York, you have Boston, strong payer, healthcare startup, and life science presence. There's competitive pay, usually about 10 to 15% above national average. There's also increased cost of living. So you have to balance all of that. And then you have the remote roles. This is a game changer for healthcare product management right now. If you're in a mid-tier market and you have a remote role at a top digital health company, you are winning on both on compensation and cost of living. So this may be where you want to stay. You enjoy having more of a remote role. Oftentimes, to keep this in mind, some of those elevated roles like director of product management and vice president of product management, oftentimes those are the types of roles that they want in the office, actually, there with other executives. So this may be also a game changer when you're thinking about where you want to land and end up. If you want that, holy grail, you want to get to that director level or VP level, you have to expect you'll probably have to go to an office more than being remote. But if you like a remote role, you can even work yourself up to a senior product management or even a principal product management role and still hold into those confines if that's something that you like. And it's something that I love. I'm a remote employee and I wouldn't want it any other way. So I love and enjoy this space very much so. Salary.com confirms that Washington, D.C. healthcare product managers earn roughly about 10% above the national average as well, driven by concentration in health policy, federal contractors, and major health systems. So you might see some variance in some of these large cities, even within those different sectors that we just talked about. Let's look at three levers that move your salary the most. This is what I promised at the beginning of the video, so hopefully you're still here. This is a section that most people skip. So don't skip this. This is huge. This is important. This is going to determine whether you're on the high or the low range. Lever 1 is subsector. Not all healthcare is equal, as we talked about. Digital health startups backed by venture capital consistently outpay legacy health systems, sometimes by 30 to 50%. So if salary growth is a priority, target health tech companies, not hospital systems. That's not a knock on the hospital systems. It's just an understanding of the trade-off that you're making because the salary levels just aren't there. Lever number 2 is technical depth. So product management with data fluency, AI and machine learning product experience, or EHR interoperability. When you have that type of experience, it commands a measurable premium. Salary.com specifically calls out analyst and Scrum certification as salary boosters. If you can speak the language of engineering and data science, and you could do that in a healthcare context, you are in the top quartile. Lever number 3 is the negotiation. Don't skip this. I know a lot of people get into negotiation of their salaries when they get a new job and they get all wrapped up and nervous and they're afraid to negotiate because they don't want to lose the opportunity. But this one is certainly uncomfortable, but it's critical. Most healthcare product managers leave money on the table during negotiation. The range from 25% to 75 percentile at a senior level is roughly 150 grand to 200 grand. So you could be leaving $50,000 on the table. And it's almost entirely explained by negotiation skills. So it's not always experience. It's knowing your number, anchoring high, and don't accept your first offer ever because they always come in low. So do your best to prove yourself and as to why you feel that you are worth more than the original offer. If you're actively trying to break into healthcare product management or level up your career, I've got a full video coming out on how to position yourself for more of a senior healthcare product management role. So look out for that video coming soon. Drop a comment below as well. What is your current level and does this match what you're seeing in the market? I read every comment and I'd love to see where people are landing in 2026. If this was helpful, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I put out practical, no fluff content for healthcare product management every week. See you in the next one.